What if getting arrested didn't damage your image, but somehow made your fans support you even harder? That's exactly the bizarre situation surrounding Tiger Woods. At a time when most celebrities would be laying low, something completely unexpected happened. Fans showed up in public, not to criticize, not to distance themselves, but wearing his mugshot like it was merch. And they weren't hiding it either, they were proudly displaying it for everyone to see. It instantly raised eyebrows across the internet. Was this loyalty taken too far, or was there something deeper behind it? Because once you look past the viral photos and headlines, the story behind this moment becomes even more surprising. The moment Tiger Woods' mugshot hit the internet, it spread like wildfire. Within hours, it was everywhere: news outlets, social media feeds, group chats, everyone had seen it. The image quickly became one of those moments you just couldn't scroll past, but just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get more unexpected, it did. The very next golf event, fans showed up wearing plain white t-shirts. At first glance, nothing unusual. But then people noticed what was printed on them: Tiger's mugshot, front and center. And right below it, a bold message, #FreeTiger. It wasn't just one or two people either. Groups of fans were spotted walking around like this, almost turning the entire situation into a public statement. Cameras caught everything, and the images only made the story bigger. Some people laughed it off, calling it dark humor. Others were genuinely confused. Why would anyone turn an arrest into something to celebrate, and just when everyone thought they had seen it all? The real story behind that mugshot started raising even more questions. Long before the mugshot went viral, the night itself had already taken a strange turn. Tiger Woods was found behind the wheel in Jupiter, Florida, early in the morning, on a quiet road where almost nothing seemed out of place, except him. According to reports, his car was stopped after officers noticed something wasn't right. He wasn't speeding away or causing a major scene, but his driving raised enough concern to get attention. And when police approached the vehicle, things quickly felt off. Tiger reportedly appeared disoriented. His speech was slow, his reactions delayed, and he seemed confused about where he even was. It didn't take long for officers to suspect something was wrong, leading them to conduct a field sobriety test. What happened next only made this situation more serious. He struggled through the test, failing to meet the expected standards. From the outside, it looked like a textbook DUI case, another celebrity caught in a late-night mistake, but the deeper investigators looked, the more unclear the situation became, because this wasn't as straightforward as people first believed. At first glance, the situation looked obvious. Late-night stop, failed sobriety test, it all pointed in one direction. But as more details came out, the story started to shift in a way no one expected. Reports began to suggest that Tiger Woods wasn't actually under the influence of alcohol. Instead, it's been said that prescription medications may have played a major role in his condition that night. Medications he was reportedly taking to deal with ongoing pain after multiple surgeries. That detail changed everything. Suddenly, what looked like reckless behavior started to feel more complicated. Was this a case of poor judgment, or an unintended reaction to powerful medication? Fans quickly jumped in to defend him, arguing that this wasn't the same as a typical DUI situation. But others weren't convinced. They questioned how someone in his position could still end up in that state behind the wheel, and just when the debate started heating up, one decision added even more mystery to the situation. Just when people thought they were starting to understand the situation, one detail changed everything. Tiger Woods reportedly refused to provide a urine sample when asked by authorities. That single decision instantly raised more questions than answers. From the outside, it didn't look good. Refusing a test often makes people assume there's something to hide, even if that's not always the case. And within minutes, the internet did what it does best: it started speculating. Some believed it backed up the theory that prescription medication was involved. Others weren't so sure. There were whispers online suggesting there could be more to the story, things that hadn't been revealed yet. But at the same time, it's important to remember that much of this was just speculation, with no clear confirmation. Still, the damage was done. The uncertainty alone was enough to keep the story trending, pulling more people into the conversation, and as the rumors kept spreading, many couldn't help but look back at his past, wondering if this was truly a one-time incident, or part of something bigger. For many people watching this unfold, it didn't feel like an isolated moment. When Tiger Woods' name started trending again, it brought back memories of a past that once shook his entire career. Years ago, his image took a massive hit after a personal scandal that dominated headlines and changed how the public saw him. Since then, it's felt like a constant cycle: injuries, surgeries, comebacks, and then another setback just when things seemed back on track. That's what makes this situation feel different. It's not just about one night or one decision, it's about the pattern people think they're starting to see. Some fans argue this is just bad luck. A combination of physical pain, recovery struggles, and unfortunate timing. But others believe it points to deeper issues that haven't fully gone away, and that's where the conversation gets complicated, because every time he falls, he also finds a way to rise again. But with moments like this happening, people are starting to wonder, how long can that cycle continue before it catches up with him for good? While critics were busy questioning everything, Tiger Woods' most loyal supporters were doing the exact opposite. Instead of distancing themselves, they leaned in even harder. Those mugshot t-shirts weren't just random, they were a statement. To them, Tiger wasn't defined by one bad moment. He was still the same legend who dominated golf for years. Some fans even treated it like an inside joke, turning a serious situation into something almost symbolic. A way of saying, we're still with you, no matter what. But not everyone saw it that way. Critics argued that this kind of support crosses a line. That celebrating an arrest, even indirectly, sends the wrong message. They questioned whether loyalty should have limits, especially when the situation involves real consequences, and that's what makes this moment so divided. On one side, you have fans who refuse to give up on him. On the other, people who believe accountability should come first. Two completely different reactions to the exact same situation, and as this divide grows, it leads to one final question that no one seems to agree on. At the center of it all, Tiger Woods remains one of the most talked about figures in sports, not just for what he's achieved, but for everything that surrounds him. This moment wasn't just about an arrest. It became something bigger. A conversation about fame, loyalty, and how far fans are willing to go to stand by someone they admire, because when a mugshot turns into merchandise, the story has taken an unexpected turn. Some see this as just another setback in a long journey filled with ups and downs. Others believe it's a sign that the same issues keep resurfacing, no matter how many times the comeback happens. But maybe the real question isn't about what happened that night, it's about what happens next. Will this become just another chapter in a comeback story everyone talks about for years? Or the moment where things finally start to change? One thing is certain, whether people are supporting him or questioning him, the spotlight isn't going anywhere anytime soon.